So there you have it, 100 years of drumming evolution and the entire story of the drum set, all wrapped up in one video series. And I hope that for most of you guys, this is the beginning rather than the end of your exploration into your history and your tradition. You know, a lot of people think, well, older music, I don't know about that. Music from the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, that stuff looks different. It sounds different. I don't know if that's something that I can relate to. And I can tell you from personal experience, I didn't start off being into all this stuff. I started off as a kid playing rock and roll. That's what I wanted to do and being really into that. But what I've found as I have been on my own personal journey into this exploration of our tradition and our history and our instrument is that it's only made me a better player. It's made me better at playing modern music as well as playing, you know, this historical music. And it can inform what you do today and make you a better player. There's a great Winston Churchill quote I love that says, "The farther backward in time you look, the farther forward you are likely to see." In other words, the more you know about your past, the more you're going to be able to create your own future, okay? Now say you're a fan of John Bonham, and I don't know a single drummer in this universe that isn't a fan of John Bonham. Well, guess what? John Bonham grew up in England. He grew up in the 1950s listening to Little Richard records. He grew up listening to drummers like Earl Palmer. He grew up listening to Gene Krupa. He grew up listening to Max Roach. And when you listen to John Bonham's playing, you can hear all of that in his playing. So it behooves you, if you want to play like John Bonham, understand where John Bonham comes from and what he brings to his drumming, because you'll be able to get into his head more, and you'll be able to really understand how to get that killer Bonham groove going, because you hear that swing in there, you hear that rumble in there. When you listen to his chops and the way his hands move, guess what? A lot of that stuff comes from jazz or swing. Now, it's not only good to listen to me, hey kids, learn about your history just because it's good to do. You can actually, it can make you a more creative drummer. So if you're in a modern rock band today, if you're in a death metal band, if you're in a funk band, if you're in a jam band, if you're in a jazz band, you know, bringing some of these things that I've talked about in this series into your playing is going to give you an edge. You know, you may put a press roll in the middle of your heavy metal tune. Guess what? I don't think there's too many other people doing that. So it's going to give you more tools for your toolbox, more weapons in your arsenal that you can bring to the picture that's going to make you stand out. And of course, if you want to make your living as a drummer, it's super important to know about styles. Lots and lots of different styles of music, because they're all around us today. And a lot of gigs that working drummers do, which is like weddings or corporate events or blues bars, theatrical shows or Cirque du Soleil or Blue Man Group. I mean, there's a million different ways that you can take these different skills and understanding and knowledge of the past and apply that so that you will be more employable. People are going to want to hire you because you know the difference between, say, this kind of a shuffle and that kind of a shuffle. So that's my message to you. And I really hope that you take some time and continue on this journey to explore your history, your evolution, your tradition, so we can keep this going and keep it rolling down the line as we move farther forward into all of our future. Thank you so much. Who could tell me what made a drum set a drum set?
The low boy.
Kick pedal. Match grip.
The sock cymbal.
My name is Daniel Glass. I'm a drummer, author, and educator. In 1994, I joined a band called Royal Crown Revue. We were trying to figure out how to take the rebellious spirit of modern styles like punk and put it into big band and other roots music. We found out it was already there. I've been absorbed in this world ever since. I started researching the evolution of the drum set and the way that we play it. In the last dozen years, I've interviewed more than 60 different legendary drummers. I came to a startling conclusion. Perhaps more than any other instrument, the drum set is equipped to tell the story of America and American music.
All of these immigrants coming from around the world brought their technology. music and pop music were one and the same. You could dance to it.